he don't want to agree to maybe your terms, what you think is co-parenting, and that's why like I like that co-parenting class, and I had to take it when I got divorced a while ago. Like that teaches you about co-parenting. What I find is people have their own versions of co-parenting, and if your version of co-parenting is, well, you should just do what I want you and I need you to do, that's not co-parenting. That has nothing to do with co-parenting. Co-parenting is, you know, you have your time, they have their time, and you work everything out among you. Not, well, I can't do this, so you just gonna have to. No, not if it impacts me. We're not together. You need to figure that out. You're a parent. You're an equal parent, just like I am. Me kowtowing to you because you can't. No, that's not the way it works.
And I do want to say, just to play devil's advocate, I do know some women, and particularly there's one watching now. I'm not going to say her name, who never gave her children's father any trouble or what have you. You know what I mean? I know that there was one father that wasn't really all he could be, and she never gave him a hard time. She took care of her kids, never heard a complaint. And the funny thing was, in the end, with her last daughter, whose father I know was involved, when he passed away, I'm not saying it paid off for him because he passed away, but she actually got her just due. So all those years of struggle and everything, things got a little easier for her because of the situation. But the unfortunate thing is that was one that was involved with his child.
Right.
So
yeah, there's more women than there are not that aren't these vindictive, petty types, and that's important to be said. But there is, for some reason, in the state of Delaware at least, a tendency to ignore everything and anything about the father and just, it's the mother, the mother, the mother. And if you're a manipulative, narcissistic person that is manipulating your kids, trying to manipulate the situation that you're going through, all that type of stuff, it'll be those women that end up jamming up somebody that's trying to be a good dad, that's doing everything that they can do. Like, it's not a father's job to support the mother after you break up, and it's too many of those narcissistic petty women that are trying to say, well, he gonna pay me for this. No, they're not paying you for shit. Child support is for food, clothing, and shelter. And I see way too many. Why is the kid still hitting up the dad for money if the dad's already getting child support taken out of his check? Like, where's the money at then?
I would like to say, and give my son's mother credit, is we never established a child support order or even a custody order. We were able to be civil enough. Anything that has to be done for my son, 50-50. It's been ran like a business partnership.
It's easy.
Right. And
once you take your ego out of it.
Right.
Because it's not you or her that matters. It's him.
The child. And that was the thing. And that's what we said to each other. Let's make this about our child. You know what I mean? We communicate a bunch when it comes to him. You know what I mean? And when it doesn't come to him, there's every now and again we'll talk, but, it's...
Right.
Here and there.
But you're not dealing with a narcissistic personality. And that's becoming all too common in a lot of these bitter baby moms. Wow. And I get that there's a bunch of shitty ass fathers that don't do anything, and there are women that have to beg the baby dad to be in their kids' lives. I know somebody personally that he refused to be in his son's life just because him and the mom couldn't be together. He said it hurt him too much, and he wasn't being like malicious about it, but I told him to his face, yo, that's selfish as shit, man. Like, what your son don't got shit to do with that. So I get that, man, and I understand there's bad baby daddies out there, but I don't think the state of Delaware knows that there are good baby fathers out there. Right. And that's the problem. Right. That is the entire problem with the state of Delaware, Division of Family Services. everything. Like, the man is automatically the villain when you walk in. From the time the court paperwork is filed to the time you go into the courtroom, the man is designated as the villain, no matter what the actual circumstances are.
I will say this though. I do know I had a buddy named Kervine. Okay, he went to court and he won his custody case and everything, and I think his son's mother was paying him child support, and his son was with him for a very long time, and I think as he got older, naturally, he kind of missed his mom or what have you.
Yeah, I mean, that happens.
Went back with it, but he's probably, and he wasn't a Delaware resident, so it might not be the best example, but he's one of the few men I ever heard, won their custody case. Actually, I think my buddy Sir Blanco won his too, or either they got joint custody, but he's the, what do you call it?
Custodial guardian. Yeah.
So, that worked out for him. But I know that every man that goes to court for custody or child support is always kind of in a somber mood.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when I go, everybody's like, oh, man, everything's on your side. You got a house, you got a job, great father, always spending, And I always say, yeah, but that doesn't matter in Delaware. And that's a shame. Like, that's a shame that I have to be so apprehensive with, like, all the slam dunk type evidence, and I still have to be apprehensive. Like, yo, I could go here and lose just because I'm a man.
Right.
Like, that sucks. And Delaware is way, way too known for that. And I have been victimized by that more than a couple times.
Okay, let me make this public announcement one more time. Hey, for everybody on the live, thank you for tuning in. For some reason, I don't know why, the last couple weeks I haven't been able to see my comments. So if you're making comments or what have you, I will be able to see them after the live, and I will respond to them. So, please bear with me until we figure this out. But I'm sorry for cutting.
No, you're good. So yeah, it's a big thing. So I know we talked about, I started that exposing racism group, and the next group I started is going to be parental rights, fathers' rights in Delaware, because that's a big thing, and it starts with the courts. It starts with DFS, all that stuff, and it's not to say mothers shouldn't have rights, but stop treating good fathers like shit. Like, that's just unacceptable, because you're having kids be with not so great mothers at the expense of a really great father, and that doesn't do anything well for the kids. So I mean, there's a lot of great mothers. Like we said, there's a lot of mothers that aren't petty and vindictive about after the breakup taking care of the child and making sure that the child's best interests are taken into consideration. But there's also a lot of great fathers who, because of the state we're in, don't get that opportunity, and lose. Like I said, they lose as soon as the paperwork is signed, before they even walk into court.
I know some others that struggled more because they didn't want to be petty and take the person, or they wouldn't even been petty in that situation, but didn't want to take the person to court or what have you. It's both parents' job to raise that child financially,
or just do what's best for the kid.
Yeah.
Like, whether it's raise them, whether it's buying them clothes, whether it's taking them to school, helping them with homework. It's literally everything.
Yeah, missing time is the worst thing, I think, for a child, more so than anything. Having that, missing the opportunity to bond with a parent. So it's very important to, make sure you're putting in that time. You know what I mean? Like, it might not be a big deal to you. Oh, I'll see him tomorrow, or this, that, and the third. But it's a big deal to the child. So
yeah, I mean, Selena, every time she goes to her mom, she says, she wants to know if I'm going to be lonely. And I said, no, I'm not going to be lonely, but I'll miss you. And I think you'll be lonely. And I was like, no, Selena, like, it's okay. I'll miss you, but, I'm not lonely. It's fine. I know you're coming back, so I'm not worried about it. So, I know she worries about me when I'm here by myself, but, I mean, it just is what it is. I assure you I'm not lonely. As long as my TV works, I'm not lonely. Oh, I know what we can talk about next, even though this is a crazy That'd be a crazy segue.
Right.
It just popped into my head.
Sorry, the trash man feels the need to beat when he backs up.
Well, there's cars behind him. I think,
Gotcha.
so.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so interesting topic. What do you think about this NBA tournament? 22 teams. Starting, I guess, August, July, something like that.
It's a tournament?
Well, they're just inviting 22 teams that would have made the playoffs, and I don't know what
That
necessarily
doesn't make sense,
they're trying to do.
Because it's 16
Because
teams.
right now, the NBA season would be over.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like the NBA season would be over right now.
Yeah.
Here's my thing, and you might disagree, and I know I'm gonna have people mad as shit because I said this. The NBA wants LeBron James and the Lakers to win this. Tell me if I'm wrong, though.
I don't know, man.
They not only want him to win it, they need him to win it.
Why do they need him to win it?
Because he's the face, right? Like they had this whole season. If the Lakers win the championship, remember it was for Kobe and all that. The NBA needs the Lakers to win the championship. They just do. So, I think they are rushing to have this shortened tournament style thing where they haven't played for 3 months. Mm. They're gonna come back and play. Mm. Then they have to take a shortened break and begin the season late. So right now till August, September is when they usually get their rest. Mm. And training camp starts in like October-ish.
Right.
So, what purpose does it serve to have this shortened tournament style, whatever it is?
Instead of just letting the season
and just let it be done and start again next year. You don't have to have an NBA championship. There was no NCAA championship, basketball championship this year.
I think it's more financial because what happens is even though they're not going to have, from my understanding, fans in the stands, you still got these sponsors that you can satisfy or whatever and have the hopes of.
But fans can change the dynamic of a game.
Absolutely.
So now you're that's even more of a reason why just let it go.
Well, LeBron had said beforehand that he wasn't going to play without fans in the stands.
He said that before, but now he wants to play because guess what? He's like,
But do you know how much, if you think his legacy is kind of tarnished now, how people talk about him?
Oh, yeah.
It's really going to be tarnished if he wins a championship.
This championship doesn't mean shit.
Right, it won't mean anything.
This ain't going to mean shit to anybody.
But the Spurs did win a championship on a shortened season. I don't remember how
the strike season, but but who cares about that season? Nobody recognizes the Spurs as the it always comes across as in the strike shortened season, Spurs were the champions. So it always has that asterisk. And it's going to have an asterisk. This season is going to have an asterisk next to it. I don't care which way had there been no COVID-19 and they played everything out and the Lakers end up winning the championship, that would have been okay. I wouldn't have said it was some type of
you would have said something anyway.
No, I wouldn't.
Won a championship.
I would have said I would have said the truth. It's easy to win a championship when you customize your team. Like I said, I go out there, put all the players on 2K up at 90, 99, and I beat the shit out of everybody.
So why you complaining then?
It's not my job. I'm not getting paid to do it. I'm
true.
not claiming I'm the greatest NBA 2K player of all time. I just cheat.
Yeah.
So that's all I want. All right, you don't call yourself the greatest. You literally had to pay like another top 5 player. Like, come on, man, come on, and you tried to get more. You was trying to recruit more of them. How do you count that as winning, man? Come on, nah, asterisk. You get an asterisk.
Yeah, I agree with you. This season's championship isn't going to mean anything. I didn't know now, when they talk about tournament, do you have any more details than that?
I don't really remember. I just looked at it and was like, this is fucking stupid. So, I know that Kyrie had like a telecall with over 100 players that are against playing.
Yeah, I heard Shaq was actually talking about that. Shaq's been doing these viral roast videos with comedians.
Mm.
I don't know why, because Shaq ain't really all that funny. But um, I
Shaq
think
tries too hard to be funny.
Michael Blackston had asked him about the season, and he was saying, I think they're going to be a shortened season. Michael Blackston said he heard a rumor.
I'm going to pause y'all real quick so I can look up the details so we can actually talk.
Michael Blackston said they had a rumor that they were trying to pay the players less, too. What's that?
Never mind.
I don't know what you was getting ready to say.
Nah,
I'm intrigued.
Nah.
So, I don't know what's going to happen. Personally, if you're going to do anything, just do the playoffs. Just take the records, take the top 16, 8 from the West, 8 from the East, and have a playoff. I don't think you do this 22-team tournament. I thought that was very weird when I saw it in the first place. I'm like, why would you do 22 teams if not everybody, or at least just do the playoffs? But, I guess Adam Silver has a plan. Speaking of sports, too, didn't the NFL say something about that they got it wrong or something about Kaepernick now?
Roger Goodell did.
Yeah. So once again, it feels like it's almost fallen into a trend of we gotta do something to calm everybody down.
I don't see this.
The 22 team thing.
Yeah. How about for people like Carl Anthony Towns, whose mom died because of coronavirus? Like, come on. Like, you really think? Nah, man, that's a bit much.
Yeah. So, I mean, if the players decide they're not going to play, we're not going to have a
The NBA approves 22-team format to finish the season. The NBA Board of Governors voted Thursday to approve a 22-team format to start the season July 31st in Orlando, Florida. So not only this, but it's all in Florida.
Why does Florida... There's been a lot of things going on in Florida.
So what else?
I told her not to call me on the podcast. Yeah. Because I'm recording a podcast. I told you to watch it and not to call.
Under the plan, 13 Western Conference teams and 9 Eastern Conference teams will play 8 regular season seeding games as a possible play-in tournament for the 8th seed in the playoffs.
Sorry about the interruption.
Play-in tournament. That is the dumbest thing. That's stupid.
Yeah. It's all about money.
Sorry about that. But yeah, we were just reading about the NBA season. It's 22 teams. Yeah, just dumb.
There's 2 things respected: loss of life and loss of money.
Mm-hmm.
They're losing money. That's almost, like I said, loss of life and loss of money to a lot of people is the same thing. So they're like, oh, we gotta save these people. So of course they're gonna go through it. The NBA makes millions and millions of dollars.
Billions.
Or billions. So nobody's hurt. So
Right.
Where it's not necessary, why are you going to do this?
You're going to play this stupid ass tournament, whatever, that whoever wins at the end is not really going to win. Nobody gives a shit about this year's championship.
Is Rudy Gobert going to be allowed to play?
I don't know.
See what I'm saying?
Who did he play for?
He played for the Jazz. He got Donovan Mitchell sick.
Yeah.
So my thing is, all right, so you already got people who've had it, right? There's been a lot of... And you tell me it's people who want to go out there and sweat on each other? Come on, man. Y'all going to wear a mask while doing it? I mean, come on.
How you play basketball in mask? So...
I don't know.
Yeah. See, Aaron made a good point. Sports betting open up.
Yeah, so... See, and that's all that money.
Financial.
Right.
Everything's financial.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. So
nobody cares if you live or die, but damn it, if you make me lose my damn money,
let's get this NBA season started. And it's going to hurt the older players. All the older players, that are a little bit older, they need time to rest. You're gonna have a month and a half in between this bullshit tournament and the damn NBA season, and watch how many injuries come about next year. A lot of people are gonna be injured.
I wonder how many,
because they're gonna play a full 82 games.
Do you
or
think
60 games or whatever it is? But why shorten the 2021 season just to have this little tournament for a couple months?
How many players you think are coming out of shape? Or do you
A
think
lot.
all of them kind of? I know LeBron works out all the time. He posts
Yeah.
videos of it.
Yeah.
Actually, I think he's smoking something when he exercises because the videos are weird.
Yeah, like
Very
walking
weird.
around in tights, like, come on, like dancing, doing stupid
Playing
shit.
music, rap music that he wasn't even alive when it came out. He was playing Ice Cube's first album. I'm like,
It's more like, dude, you're around a bunch of other dudes in tights, like tights, with no shirt on.
maybe he took dance classes. When
I don't
he
know.
was younger.
I don't
Leave
know
him
that.
alone.
Dude, little suspect.
Well,
Dude,
whatever.
little suspect. I done seen this dude get up from the podium with a hat and a purse.
Listen, this is
You,
what
you
I'm.
didn't see him carrying a purse?
Yes, but
Okay.
let me tell you
All
something,
right.
bro. I'm a Giants fan, and Odell Beckham played for us. I can't call anybody else suspect, man. 'Cause Odell was the epitome of being suspect.
I hear you. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it, but
I mean, it is what it is. But you know, he was my favorite player on the Giants at the time. You know what I mean? And people used to always give me flack about it, man. Oh, you boy Odell. I'm like, look, man, I like what he does on the field.
Right.
I ain't got nothing to do with what he do off the field.
yeah, that's part of my hatred for this dude.
Man.
I mean, like I said,
Your hatred for LeBron James
off the
is
court
because
is fine.
They compare him to Jordan. That's your hatred for LeBron, is they compare him to Jordan.
No, I don't. I don't like the way he plays basketball. I don't like the fact that he doesn't play defense. This is where everybody tries to make it personal.
Yeah.
It's not. He doesn't play defense. The flopping is ridiculous for a dude that's supposed to be that 6'8", 250-pound monster out of Akron, Ohio. Why the fuck is he falling all over the floor
I
then?
don't understand that. But yo, speaking of Jordan fans, this is the biggest Jordan fan I ever knew. My brother Will. Biggest Jordan fan I ever knew. So when I hear you talk, it's easy for me to just slide into the hate because it reminds me of my childhood being a Dominique Wilkins fan.
But I'm not even talking about. That's the thing. I'm not even talking about Jordan. I didn't even bring Jordan up.
No,
you
didn't.
brought him
I
up.
brought him up. Yeah.
Hell no.
Oh, he's the biggest anti-LeBron fan. Trust me.
Nah,
Not like
everyone's
LeBron.
saying.
Not like LeBron. I think a lot of people do, but not like LeBron.
There are
LeBron's
a
is
lot.
crazy.
Like James Harden does it. What's the boy from Philly?
He ain't flopped when Meta World Peace elbowed his ass. That was a real.
No, that dude. He's just a whole clown on the court. But like, you can't just be. And again, I'll say it again. He does not make his teammates better. I don't give a shit with anybody. Maybe while he's on the court, but he is not one of those people that makes his teammates better.
He might
and
make
that
it.
is shown every time he leaves a team. They go sub 30.
He
If
makes
he was
it,
making his teammates better, they would still be halfway decent without him.
he makes it easier for them to score because of the attention he draws.
He does everything. The reason why he's and LeBron lovers, whatever, Bron sexuals, whatever you want to call them, talk about his stat line. Of course he has a stat line. He doesn't allow his other teammates to do any of that stuff. Rebound, I get it. Like, people talk about how selfish Russell Westbrook is with these triple doubles. LeBron does the same damn thing. He's literally just stat chasing, and the stat chasing doesn't make his teammates better. That's why he tries to get like premier players on his team, so he doesn't have to make them better. Like, they're already good. All right, but again, you could jack all your players up on NBA 2K to 99 and win every game.
Hold on though. Don't forget Dwayne Wade left Cleveland. He left Cleveland, I think, because of LeBron. because that you know they
Right.
did their
He
Miami
became the
thing.
scapegoat.
Then he
Everybody
came-
everybody that goes and plays with him, when LeBron loses, you're the scapegoat. I guarantee you, if the Lakers lose this bullshit tournament thing, it won't be, man, LeBron fucked us over. It's gonna be Anthony Davis didn't do his job. That's just what it is. Whoever, like, they blame the last championship he lost on J.R. Smith.
But
Last year's season, he blamed everybody on that fucking team except himself for their record. Shit, they traded away half the damn team because of him. He said, "Nah, I don't want them. Get me all-stars."
he was talking about how good Brandon Ingram was going to be too before
Right.
he got traded.
And now look at New Orleans. New Orleans got a nice little squad because of it.
Yeah.
New Orleans is better off than they were with just Anthony Davis, who is a clown all on his own. Like, dude, you're a clown. You refused to play, so they had to trade you? That's clown shit. And surprisingly, it all happened right around the time LeBron's manager became his manager. Shocker. But don't nobody want to play with him. Paul George didn't want to play with LeBron. Nobody wants to play with the dude. That should tell you all you need to know about it. If they aren't part of his little, his agent's crew, nobody want to play with him. Kyrie exposed him as a shitty teammate. So I have plenty of reasons to
Kyrie
dislike
got
this
his
dude.
own issues too.
He does, but it just compounds the narrative that nobody wants to play with this dude.
But see, I get that Kyrie's more like LeBron than he isn't, though. You know what I mean? So he might have been the two of the same personalities, just you know what I mean, not clicking. You know?
Right, but yeah, so fuck LeBron.
But shit, how you going to feel with him and Durant playing together? Durant shoot that ball a lot. So let's see what happens then. Then it'll be interesting to see Kyrie, which he already, I think, apologized to LeBron, if I'm not
He
mistaken.
did. And yeah, Shannon, the game changed a lot. You're not allowed to play hard defense. Obviously, there's rarely hard fouls. So yeah, the game changed a lot. But flopping was added. I guess there was floppers
John
like
Stockton was a
there was
flopper.
like Stockton and Rodman and all that. But you talking about the greatest player in the game today, not ever, but today, is at least 1-2 the biggest flopper in the game, and everybody, he's big, he's the strongest, can't nobody
touch, and then he'd be like somebody knocked him out.
You don't even have to touch him. How many videos can we pull up on YouTube of somebody not even touching him?
A bunch.
And he just goes off. I don't care if he winks at the camera like, haha, I got him. That's clown shit right there. You can't be the greatest player of all time and you right behind Dennis Rodman as the greatest flopper of all time. That's just that ain't gonna work. Yeah. I agree with you, Shannon. It's still no excuse for the flopping. So.
Yeah.
But yeah. Fuck LeBron. Fuck the NBA season this year. Whoever win, you get an asterisk. I don't care if the Clippers win; they get an asterisk. I don't care if the Charlotte Bobcats won; they would get an asterisk.
Ain't no Bobcats no more, man.
You know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan's horrible ass team.
The Hornets.
The Hornets.
Yeah, man.
Mike need to go ahead and quit.
Shit. When the Hornets first came out, though, boy, I kind of.
Mike better go try to buy the Lakers or something because the Hornets is not where it's at, homie. You are doing a shit job, my brother.
The Hornets got? They
Nobody this year. They had Kemba Walker.
Yeah, but who did Kemba Walker get traded or signed? I thought he got
I
traded.
think he was a free agent, went to Boston.
Okay. Gotcha.
So they got nada. Yeah. That's a hard market for Charlotte, though.
Yeah.
Charlotte's one of those, like New Orleans, don't nobody want to really go there. OKC, they don't nobody want to really be in OKC.
OKC is random, though. I don't even know why they started a team out there, man.
That was the old Seattle Supersonics.
Yeah. It seemed like Seattle would have had a way better like sports market than Charlotte or OKC.
They did. They had some great teams too. But yeah.
Yeah, they had your boy that his defense made a difference on Jordan.
Right. GP. The glove.
Glove. I thought that's what they called Mike at one point too. They didn't call him the glove too. I thought they did at one point. See, that's how much of a Jordan fan I am. And the funny thing is, I got a pair of Jordans on now, but only because they were cheap at the Nike outlet.
And I don't own a pair of Jordans. I have a pair of Jordan like cross trainers, but I don't have an actual pair of Jordans.
No, I don't have the retros. I got a pair of the Jumpmans on. Or what have you.
So I don't even have them.
Shit. Well, listen, the only way Jordan get my money is if them sneakers is 60 and under.
Yeah.
So I don't spend no money on sneakers. Never had.
Yeah, me neither. I don't even wear shoes. Shit. Shit. The only time I ever wore shoes is when I worked at Amazon. I had to wear shoes.
Actually, maybe on a pair of Nike boots or Timberland boots, because I prefer boots over sneakers. Honestly.
Never owned. I had a pair of. Funny, we're talking about police brutality. I had a pair of those tactical boots.
What, the high tech ones? Or? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because
I had a couple pair of high tech.
Love Stone Cold, so I had. I used to ball in them. They were comfortable as hell. I remember when I worked at the detention center. When the kids bet me I couldn't dunk in them boots. Sure enough, hung one on. So yeah, but now I don't even wear shoes. I'm mad I go to Planet Fitness because now I have to wear shoes. The training center, I didn't have to wear shoes.
You know what you should do? If you feel comfortable with it, you should one day put up a picture of yourself in college, man, on the podcast. We can put it up in the presentation, man. Just because, you could even say, guess who this is? But that's up to you.
I don't care. Shit, I have one in Chicago Bulls uniform though.
No, I'm just saying because people would assume that you was always, you know what I mean, a big guy, even though you weren't tiny. But so.
Oh yeah, we'll do that. Actually, there probably won't be a podcast next week. The week after, we'll do the wing thing. Because next weekend is Father's Day, so
wings.
Yeah, I'll be chilling.
Woohoo! We get the terror behind it one more time.
Here's the
not the mash.
Yeah, that too. So here's the idea I had. So do a wing like roulette. So we each have, I think I counted 12 sauces. So you got 12 wings on a plate. You got 12 wings on a plate. I go put sauce, a little bit of hot sauce, on each wing on your plate, spin it around, and bring it out here. So you don't know what's where, and you do the same to mine, and then we just go through all 12.
But you can tell what the bomb and the mash.
Some of them you can.
Yeah.
The mash is pretty easy,
yeah.
but that would be fun.
That
like just do like just the roulette wheel. Like you gotta take a chance, homie. And we could even get like dice and roll dice because 2 dice together get 12, right? So 12 wings, you roll, boom.
Oh God! Keep rolling as one.
Yeah, I thought about that. I was like, man, that shit would be fun. Just a Russian roulette of this hat is getting hot.
Uh-oh.
Hot. But yeah, other than that, yeah, no podcast next weekend. It's Father's Day, obviously. So, to all you fathers, enjoy your Father's Day. All y'all mothers that hold it down without the dad, appreciate y'all, but let us men have our day.
Let's see if I can get my son to take me to the range. He won't. He might drive me there. That's about it.
Yeah, I don't know what my knucklehead kids, they'll probably come over. The funny thing is, even if it's Father's Day, I'll end up cooking anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's your thing. Anyway.
Right. I know, right?
They'd probably say something slick. Dad, it gives you joy. Why don't you go for it?
And my older daughter just hit me up. I swear, it's only my girls that want stuff from me. Selena's all about, can I get a toy? Can I get a toy? Well, I just want a toy. Do I get a special treat? Do I get a special treat? Can I get... I'm like, man, no lie, people. I'm glad I got my little stimulus check because I legitimately think I spent about $300 on dolls for this little girl. Because I was like, I mean, we talked about I was already working, so I really didn't need a stimulus check, but wasn't gonna turn it down either.
Right.
But I legitimately spent about $300, and then my daughter, older one, hit me up last week. Dad, can you cash out me $10 so I can get some lunch? I'm like, Kate, you work at a burrito place. There's food there. I know, I just don't want. All right, whatever, man. Here. And then this morning, Dad, can you cash out me $25 so I can get my nose pierced? Okay. You got a job. You got 2 jobs.
Right.
And here's one of those things. I know they certainly took child support out my check this past month. Why does my daughter have to ask me for money? I'm confused.
Right.
For anything. I don't give a shit what it's for. So, it's neither here nor there. But I told her, look, I'll give you 10. I'll give you some of it. But I ain't paying for that. Shit. You didn't even ask me. You just told me you were getting your nose pierced. I didn't even have a say in it.
Right.
So I'll give you $10. So it's cool. She can have $10, get her nose pierced. But when she come over here, I'm gonna put her ass to work though. You gonna earn this past $20 that I gave you for nothing.
That's what my dad did. Even when I didn't ask for money, I was going to help him clean up on his buildings.
So anyway, again, happy Father's Day to everybody. All you fathers. I don't know. This will probably be up by the time Father's Day is around. So happy Father's Day to y'all. Enjoy your day.
Happy Father's Day, Will.
Don't do too much of anything if you don't have to. I know I'm actually off on Father's Day, which took off. So anyway, that's it for me.
That's it, bro. We
All right,
are
y'all.
at the end of the show, folks. Thanks you for tuning in. Once again, if you get a chance, my brother on YouTube, I Run and Gun. If you want to get yourself right with your firearm, there's a lot of instructional videos there. He's also a personal trainer. Once again, that's I Run and Gun on YouTube, and I think that's also his Instagram name as well. Well, Facebook is something different, but you can get at him about that. But thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the show. We will be back the
couple weeks,
week after next.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification on our page as well. It's Gorilla Gang 3421. It's on YouTube. Bunch of videos. We got Mark's music. We got some food challenges. We got some eating reviews with me and my daughter. And just all of our podcasts. I don't know what number are we on.
This is 23.
It's 23.
23.
Number 23. Sounds familiar. All right, y'all.
All right, peace.
Later.